President Obama gave a speech on his national security strategy at the National Archives in Washington Thursday. He made the case that as president he can both defend America against terrorist attack and uphold the values that are enshrined in our Constitution. And he reiterated his stance that he intends to close the prison at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Rather than keeping us safer, the prison at Guantanamo has weakened American national security. It is a rallying cry for our enemies. It sets back the willingness of our allies to work with us in fighting an enemy that operates in scores of countries. By any measure, the cost of keeping it open far exceed the complications involved in closing it.
President Obama set forth his vision for handling suspected terrorists. Some may be sent back to their home countries. Some may go to American prisons and be tried in American courts. But some pose a difficult challenge for the president. There's not enough evidence to try them, but they're too dangerous to release. For these, he hopes to establish a broad legal framework, he says, that will justify their detention, even if they can't go to trial.
We are indeed at war with al-Qaeda and its affiliates. We do need to update our institutions to deal with this threat. But we must do so with an abiding confidence in the rule of law and due process.
Soon after he was done, former Vice President Dick Cheney laid out his vision in a competing speech across town at the American Enterprise Institute.
And here's the great dividing line in our current debate over national security. You can look at the facts and conclude that the comprehensive strategy has worked and therefore needs to be continued as vigilantly as ever. Or you can look at the same set of facts and conclude that 9/11 was a one-off event, coordinated, devastating, but also unique and not sufficient to justify a sustained wartime effort. Whichever conclusion you arrive at, it will shape your entire view of the last 7 years and of the policies necessary to protect America in the years to come.
The former vice president defended the Bush administration's policies, saying they were necessary to keep Americans safe. His speech addresses a broad national divide in the handling of terror suspects. Mr. Obama will have to address these issues when he considers closing the prison at Guantanamo Bay. He's set a January 2010 deadline for shutting it down.